text myself like, you did it, girl. Hey, I'm Issa Rae and I'm here at Popsugar Playground and I'm gonna play a game of first impressions. Who is the first celeb you got starstruck over? Kadeem Hardison from A Different World, Dwayne Wayne, and I wrote him like a fan letter, and then he wrote back, or his fan club wrote me back and sent me a picture, and that was the best day of my life. We were instantly bonded. What was the first thing you purchased with your first TV-related paycheck? Probably food. Don't like to buy a lot of expensive things, but I will splurge. Like I will buy a $600 burger if you tell me it has like gold dust or something, you know, like I will do that. Do you remember the first time you were recognized and how that moment felt? Yes. I was in line for Ava DuVernay's movie, her first movie, I Will Follow. And these two girls came up to me and were like, oh my God, aren't you on that web series, Awkward Black Girl? It's so funny. We only had like 3 episodes out then. And then I went inside of the movie and Ava, she was like, you look so familiar, sis. I was like, I do a web series. She was like, oh, it's such a good web series. And I was like, I'm on. I'm famous. Who is the first person you text, call when something exciting happens? I actually don't tell anybody. Sometimes I will tell, obviously, my best friends, but I keep a lot of exciting news to myself and don't like to feel like I'm bragging. So I guess I tell myself, I text myself like, you did it, girl. What was your first audition for and what was it like? My first audition, I remember, was for, I want to say it was for Chris Rock's Top 5, and it was just to be a jewelry store attendant. And I auditioned in front of Vicki Thomas, who's now our casting director for Insecure. But I just remember being so nervous, and all I had to do was be like, do you want to see it in another size? Or something stupid like that, like super easy. And I want to say that I fumbled and got nervous, but didn't get that part, so. But now Vicki Thomas is my best friend, so she'll cast me in everything, right, girl? What's the first thing you did after you received your first Golden Globe nomination? Screamed, then went back to sleep, and then was woken up with a FaceTime by Yvonne. Little did I know, when we were celebrating together, screenshot us in our head wraps, and they ended up on the internet. Thanks a lot, Yvonne. You are great. What was your first impression of Yvonne on your first day of set on Insecure? So Yvonne and I met before Insecure. We met because I like DM'd on her on Twitter and was like, oh my God, I love your videos. I invited her to one of my wind downs and we hit it off, but didn't spend any time together until I saw her hosting an African show and was like, oh, she reminds me of my best friend. And then when Insecure got picked up to shoot the pilot, I hit her up like, hey, would you audition for this? And the rest is history. What was your first instant messaging screen name? My dad created my first screen name and it was like so boring. It was just my first name and last initial. So then when I got the power, I wanted to be like baby girl 112 because 112 is my birthday, but that was taken. So in the suggested, they were like, oh, but this is taken, but do you want this? And one of them was like, Sugar Love 112. And so I was like, that sounds right, that sounds cute. And I was like 11. So I was Sugar Love 112. What was your very first paying job? My very first paying job was when I was 10 years old. And it was to babysit cats next door. It paid me like, I wanna say $10 an hour to babysit cats. And it was the best job ever until I left and realized I had bumps all over my face because I was allergic to cats. So I couldn't do that job anymore. What's the first thing you do when you get home? I always have intentions of working and reading, but I sit on that couch in front of the TV and fall asleep. That's literally what I do faithfully.